All right, guys, we are live. John, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing, Ryan?
Good. Guys, I'm Ryan Rieger. This is my buddy John Hogan. So this is a restream of my radio show called Streams of Income. I wrote a book called Streams of Income, short little book, fits in the palm of your hand. But I also created a radio show out of it. I am on 660 AM here in the Dallas area. It's KSKY AM and also 100.7 W or KWRD. That's an FM station here in Dallas. And this is also going to be a podcast. But my buddy John found this really cool software called Restream that allows you to go live in multiple locations at once. And so because this content could be video as well, I'm going to stream out these episodes in YouTube, Facebook, Periscope. Looks like we're on DLive, on Twitch, just so we can serve as many people as possible. And so, John, thanks for helping me find this software. I think this will be really cool, really a cool opportunity for me to serve a new audience that probably will never, hear this message otherwise. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited that we've been able to find the software like this, that we're able to get on multiple platforms and take your radio program from just being on the radio in Dallas to being global and also being able to talk to people on the platforms they're at, as well as being able to eventually chat with them. And one of the things that we would ask you to do is the stream on whatever platform you're on, and please comment. We probably won't see those comments right away, but we will respond to them, and we will post some more information out there about the stream and about the episode. And as Ryan was telling me, and as I've watched this, the fact that he's going to go over the 3 online business models in this first episode.
Yep. And so, guys, invite your friends. If this is content that you feel like your friends would be interested in, feel free to invite them to however you're watching this, whether it's on Periscope or DLive or Twitch or Facebook. For those of you that are in my audience, this is kind of a test of how this would work. The next few episodes that we stream won't be like this. So the way this is a little bit different, because this is essentially a recording of the iHeartRadio stream. And it was a webinar that I had a few friends on there with me to kind of celebrate. It was my first show. So this is kind of it's just basically a replay of that first show, along with reactions from these friends. So the next few episodes that we stream will be just me and the person that I'm interviewing. So it'll be much more like a webinar style, which will be easier. And so this includes commercials too. This runs for an hour. Just going to let it go. And also this is just an opportunity for us to test this software, see what it looks like, and see if there's something one can use it going forward. So let's do it.
Awesome.
Share here.
Thank you, Ryan. And hopefully all of you out there will respond.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
AM The Answer.
Welcome to Streams of Income with self-help author Ryan Rieger. For the next hour, you'll hear proven methods for how to live the multiple income streams dream. Ryan is passionate about helping others discover their gifts and start their own business. He's published 5 books, and his courses and group coaching programs have changed the lives of thousands of students all over the world. Ryan's books include Private Label, The Easy Way, Finding Your Grace Place, and his latest, Streams of Income. And now, here's your host, Ryan Rieger.
Wow. Streams of Income show. That's pretty cool. The book just launched on Amazon on August the 6th. And now I got my own radio show. Crazy how God works, and just so excited for this opportunity to see where the Lord leads this, and so cool. Just amazed. But guys, I wrote the book Streams of Income. You can get it for free on streamsofincome.com. Just pay shipping and handling. I'd love for you to take advantage of that. But today's show, I want to answer the question, how I get to stay at home with my wife of 10 years and my 2-year-old son. Streams of Income show. That's pretty cool. I've been doing this since 2008, guys, and it's just been such a blessing. And my heart is for more people to live the dream that I get to live. And I'm hopefully this radio show will be an opportunity for that to happen. And over the next several episodes, we're going to be talking with folks that are doing this, that are real people with real success stories. And I want it just to inspire you that you can totally do this too. And as I meet people, they ask me, how do I stay at home with my wife? How do I stay at home with my 2-year-old son? How does that even work? You know, some people can't even fathom that, but we'll get into it. And today I want to start kind of unpeeling that. And, again, a lot of it's in my book, but, you know, I'm going to be able to go deeper on these radio episodes. And I'm so excited about that. And my goal for you by the end of this first episode, this very inaugural show, is I want to open up your eyes to the possibilities that exist, the possibilities that, you know, you too can quit your job if that's your goal, or have enough money to save up for retirement, or just live the life that you want to live, whether that's being able to travel wherever you want to, whenever you want to go, or to have enough money saved up for your kids' college. Some people can't even fathom that. Dreams and goals we'll get into it. And today, business can make it happen. And I kind of want to be your guide to show you how that can be possible. And so, like, for example, yesterday I had the opportunity to take Callan to Little Gym and then also to his swim class. And, you know, work just was, I did it when I got back, and I have the freedom to do that. And I want that for more people. So I give you permission to dream. Back in 2009, I wrote in my journal, what if God could use me to teach people to dream again? And guys, this is what I feel like is an opportunity, to be able to use this radio show as a tool to open up your eyes to the possibilities that exist, the possibilities that you can have a different life, that you don't have to go to a job that you hate. You can have extra money in the bank to do with it what you need to provide for your family, to give to charities, to your church, causes, organizations that you care about. And so I want to show you how to do that. But dream with me. Think about, as I tell you my story, I know this is the first time we've been together. I'll go into some of my story, but think about how it could apply to you. Think about how you could do the exact same thing that I can. I just want you to dream with me, okay? So, like I said, I feel like I'm living the dream, but it didn't start here. Didn't always have the freedom that I have or the finances that I have currently. But because in 2008, I lost my job. I was up in Indiana working for a congressman, and it was an awesome opportunity, but we lost that congressional race. And so I had no idea what was happening next. The only thing I knew was that I was moving to Texas and I was getting married. And I had no clue whatsoever how I was going to provide for my wife and I. But I had always had the opportunity, or felt I had the desire to run my own business. And I had been following a guy named Jim Cockrum, who you'll get to hear from in the next show. He had an email list and had some really good information about having an online business. He wrote a book called Silent Sales Machine, and I'll tell you on the next show how you can get that actually. But I had been following him for a while, and I knew just deep in my heart that I wanted to have my own business at some point, and this was my opportunity. Now, my wife was like, totally behind me, but also there's a little part of her that was like, you need to go get a job. And so I did my due diligence. I put out resumes, and I did look for a job. But guys, my heart really was to have my own business. And so as it turned out, my wife and mother-in-law had a furniture business, or they were selling furniture on Craigslist, very, very part-time. They both had full-time jobs at that time. And so I looked at that opportunity. I thought, this is it. This is my lowest hanging fruit. I talk about that term a lot, and we can dig into that on a different show. But it was my opportunity. And so instead of just posting 1 or 2 ads a day like they were doing, I hit it really hard and found we had one main supplier. And I was looking at all the potential furniture that they had to list. They had hundreds of pages to choose from. So I just started putting ads, so many different ads on Craigslist for all these different types of furniture. And I actually remember my first sale, and that was a special thing. And, not like we had a great first month in 2008. I think we only sold $6,000 worth. And that may sound like a lot, but it's not a lot when you're selling pieces of furniture that cost $250 to $1,000 each. So there wasn't many sales. But folks, the Lord blessed us. In 2009, we sold $250,000 worth of furniture just on Craigslist, just in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now it was a hustle. I was posting ads like crazy. My wife was helping with it at that point, and she did the ad posting primarily. once we started seeing once she started seeing money coming in, she was like all on board with us with this project. But I was the one that picked up the furniture, that drove it. I delivered furniture all over the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Fast forward to 2010, we find out that we could no longer sell furniture from our home. We had people that, instead of having the delivery fee, they wanted to pick up. So we allowed them to do that. I think a neighbor got upset at us and called the city and told on us. And so we got a letter saying that we could no longer do that. So we looked for a retail store, and thankfully we found a really good location. We were actually in Colleyville for a year. But we did not like it at all, because now we actually had to get up and get dressed. We couldn't work at home in our pajamas anymore. We had to go to the store even when it wasn't busy. But the Lord had prepared that way ahead of us, paved the way ahead of us. And that opportunity of having a retail store opened us up to so many more sources of furniture and other sources of inventory, because now we had a brick and mortar store. And it also opened us up to the option of shipping via freight companies. So instead of just sourcing and selling in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, posting ads there, we started posting ads all over the country. And our business exploded because of that. And so we were only in that furniture store for a year, but now we had all these freight contacts. We worked with a local place where we could ship it out from, a warehouse. And our business was going great until 2012. We woke up one day and saw that a lot of our ads were being deleted across many cities all over the U.S., and so, of course, we start to fear, like, what are we going to do? But again, the Lord had a plan. And in 2012, I met Jim Cockrum for the first time. And that was through an auction he had, an eBay auction. And he was, it was for his book, 101 Free Marketing. I woke up that day of the auction that it was going to end. And I told Melaine, I said, we have to win this. I just felt led that we were supposed to win that auction. The amount that we bid was still a lot to us right now, but it was an amount that I just felt led to bid, and thankfully we won. And instead of a 60-minute phone call with Jim, which was part of the package, my parents actually live up in Indiana and close to him, so I asked if I could go up and take him to lunch, and he graciously agreed. Melaine and I both flew up there, and for 2 hours, guys, he poured into our business, told us about Amazon's Fulfillment by Amazon program, which we'll cover in the next segment. And that revolutionized our whole business, because instead of shipping furniture, instead of focus shipping on furniture, we were able to now focus on some of these other wholesale companies that we now had contacts from, because we had that furniture store. And so we could work with smaller items that Amazon would take, because they're not going to allow us to use their fulfillment services for big, heavy pieces of furniture. But that's the story with Jim, and I'm so excited to be able to interview him in the next segment. But fast forward a little bit, that was our furniture days are long over. I've found my sweet spot, folks, with being able to teach other people how to do this. And in 2013, I wrote a book called Real Wholesale Sources, with wholesale sources of furniture. 2014, I wrote a book about Beyond Arbitrage, about how to get into wholesale. And in 2015, I wrote a book called Private Label the Easy Way, which turned into a mentoring program with 2,300 members. I am just blown away by that many people trust me with knowledge about how to launch a private label brand on Amazon. And we'll get into all those strategies in another show. And then also have a Amazon Legends program. There's about 800 members in there where we teach and train them retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, and I'll define those in the next segment. But guys, I am so blessed. The Lord has been able to help us take this knowledge that we've learned of selling on Amazon and turn that into about 16 different streams of income. Things like the groups I was talking about, books, courses. We have a Q4 Success group coming up, a different affiliate marketing, books on Amazon, and all of these income streams come from just that main knowledge of what we've learned of how to sell on Amazon. And I love sharing this. And so, guys, in the next segment, I want to share with you my why of doing this show, my heart for all of you, why I'm even doing this, why I'm sitting in this chair, taking my time to share this with you, because I want more success stories. I want you to live the life that you've always dreamed of. And guys, I'm telling you, it is possible with an online business. And let's discuss that here in the next segment, here on Streams of Income. And guys, don't forget, get a free copy of my book at streamsofincome.com. We'll be right back.
660 AM. The Answer.
UT Southwestern has a powerful
This is not my ad,
tool
UT
in the fight against
Southwestern, so
breast
we can
cancer, the
chat now.
GammaPod. FDA approved, it delivers stereotactic radiation with
How hard is
pinpoint
it? We're
accuracy,
trying to
minimizing the dose to
It's
healthy
like
tissue
the-
and organs in fewer
like
than
the-
5 treatments.
the
There are just
trying to
2
pull you off the
GammaPods
stage.
in the
You're
world. You'll
They're
find
done.
one at UT Southwestern Simmons Cancer Center in North Texas. Call
Yeah, so guys, these are those of you who are watching, these are
214-645-7322
4
or visit
11-minute segments
utswmed.org
with 4 minutes of commercials in between, I think.
Gamma-pod to learn more.
Can you imagine having the freedom and the finances to take a trip with your family whenever you want to? Not having to fight traffic or go to a job you don't even like? Not stressing when you have an unexpected bill? Being able to give more to your church or your favorite charity? Multiple streams of income might sound nice, but is it actually possible? Yes. In his new book, Streams of Income, Ryan Rigger unpacks the 3 main online business models
says she can
and shows
imagine.
how they can be the vehicle for you to live your dreams.
This
This is
intro
not some
anytime you present now.
MLM or
Just
sketchy
have this
business
play when
opportunity,
we come
whether
up.
they are real, legit business models that are proven.
Hi, I'm Ryan Rieger, and I have used these strategies to create 16 different streams of income. And guys, I want to give you this book for free. If you've been wanting to quit your job or learn a new side hustle to supplement your income, go to streamsofincome.com. All you have to cover is shipping and handling. Again, that's streamsofincome.com. I know it's still very hot here in Texas, but fall and winter are coming. Have you ever been to an outdoor event in the winter or been camping
Here's an
or
ad
just
for
would like
Cozy.
to enjoy the outdoors but it's too cold? Have you ever wished someone would invent a battery-powered heating blanket? Well, your wish has come true. My friend Paul has done just that. Meet the Cozy, the world's very first battery-powered cordless heating blanket. Cozy's battery provides over 5 hours of continuous heat on those cold days. Plus, it has 2 USB ports to charge your cell phone, and its weather-resistant shell is resistant to wind and rain. Cozy is just about to launch, and my listeners are the first to hear of it. Go to streamsofincomeradio.com/cozy, COZEE, to be notified when it's available to purchase and for more info. Again, that's streamsofincomeradio.com/cozy, COZE.
Last year, automotive professionals all across the country showed us their shop team selfie.
The Cozy's a blanket. There's a guy
our
from
SMP shop team selfie challenge is back, and one grand prize winning shop
created
will receive
this
$5,000
first battery
for a
powered
shop
heating blanket, and he
appreciation
offered
event.
the opportunity
To enter,
invest
simply take
for
a quick
Legends
selfie
members,
with your
and
technicians
it's
and
ready
employees,
to come over from
and
China.
upload the photo to Facebook,
Really cool.
Instagram, or Twitter
I
with the
should tell you more about
hashtag
it.
#MyShopTeamSelfie.
Really good. You might know ADP is the biggest name in payroll, but that's just the beginning.
We got a Piggy Pace one coming up too, and also one for proven Amazon
with
course.
HR talent, time, benefits, and payroll, informed by data and designed for people. That's
But they might not be in this
always
segment,
designing
though.
for people.
Let's take a closer look at what God's Word has to say about overcoming the stress, fear, and anxiety in your life.
Not only a radio.
Join us every weekend in August at Life Church Keller for
Well,
a new
the
message
sales rep
series,
says it'll be better
Anxious
if
for
it's in
Nothing.
my voice.
Visit life.church/anxious.
It'll do
for more
better
information.
Honey, I just switched the family to Boost Mobile and we got so much more.
Awesome. Like what?
We got 4 free LG Stylo 5 phones for the whole family. 4 lines for just $100 a month with unlimited gigs. I smashed up the car a bit. And they have a super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Whoa, 4 free LG. Wait, back up. Did you just say you
4 free LG Stylo 5 phones?
What you said. I do too.
No,
I love how
something
you're
about the
acknowledging
car?
throughout your story.
Oh,
Yeah,
you mean
well,
Boost super reliable,
it's
super
all
fast
about-
network?
All about
Before
him.
that, the car smashing thing.
What, the smashing deal we got? 4 lines for $100 a month?
No, between the 4 lines for $100 a month and the unlimited gigs part, you said I
a lot of
smashed up the
commercials.
car a bit.
It is a lot.
I did.
How long is
It's
the commercial?
completely
break?
smashed.
It's supposed to be.
We need a
Well,
new
I know I
vehicle.
have 44 minutes of
But 4
content
free
in an
phones.
hour-long show.
Boost Mobile, the
So-
switch that gives you more. Offer
But
for new customers only.
I'm not
Names
really
9,
sure
16,
this
19.
is
First
more
line
than
is
4
$100
minutes.
a month. Lines 2
But
to
it
4
didn't
free.
start
Requires
right
one port
at-
for eligible carrier and
That's
activation.
true.
Mobile
It
optimized
didn't
data.
start right
Coverage
at
and offers
7,
not
did it?
available everywhere. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
660 AM. The Answer.
All right, guys, we are back with Streams of Income Radio Show. I'm Ryan Rieger, and guys, don't forget to get my book at streamsofincome.com. So, guys, in the last segment, we talked about my story, a little bit about what I tell people when they ask how I do this, how I stay at home with my wife and my 2-year-old son and have a really nice 6-figure income But let me tell you, I know this is not all about me, guys. I promise you, I'm doing this because of you. And I have thousands of students all over the world. And the thing that gets me the most excited is hearing their success stories. And that's why I'm doing this. If you just permit me to, this is a very, very short section of my book. I think this sums up exactly. It's why I wrote the book, but it's also why I'm doing this show. And when I wrote this book, I had no idea whatsoever that a radio show was even going to be possible. It wasn't even in my radar whatsoever. But here's why I wrote my book, Streams of Income. And it reads as this. Back in 2009, I received a support letter from my cousin who was on her way to a short-term summer missions trip. As I started to read her letter, I began to weep because I so badly wanted to be able to fund the whole trip for her. I think she needed about $2,500. Melaine and I had just recently got married, and our online business was in its infancy, so we were not in any position to give $2,500, but we did the best we could. Since then, our business has grown, and so has our income. If the Lord laid it on our hearts to give $2,500 for a short-term mission trip, we could. Don't get me wrong, I still consider $2,500 to be a good chunk of change, but because of what we have learned and implemented in our business, we're in a better position to meet needs like that. What if every family had the extra income to be able to give to the causes they cared about, or just to have some disposable income? Too many families are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, and can't even think about being a blessing because they're just trying to pay the bills. That is why I wrote this short book. And guys, I would say that's why I'm doing this radio show. As you're listening to me, are you in that position? Are you one of those families struggling to live paycheck to paycheck? Are you going to a job that you don't even hate? Do you go to church and they're doing a building fund and man, you wish you could put a much bigger number on that envelope? Your heart is to give more. You want to give more, but you just can't because you're barely making it as it is. Guys, that's my heart. That's why I'm doing this. I want to see more people. There's so many success stories in my community. I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to seeing people quit their jobs and live their dreams. And I can only affect so many people with the current email list that I have or the current folks in my audience. That's why I believe God's given me a bigger audience. Try to find more folks to bless. I want you to be one of those. So that's exactly why I wrote this. So let's get into this. In my book, Streams of Income, you can get it for free, streamsofincome.com. I talk about the 3 business models, 3 ways to make money online. Now, there's probably 25, 30, maybe a lot more than that, but there's 3 main ways that you can pretty much lump all the other ones into. And the first one we're going to talk about is selling physical products. And the reason I start here is because this is where most people start. It's the easiest to kind of wrap your head around. Anybody can, think about, selling something online. That's really not that hard to do. Anybody can do it. And guys, I'm telling you, if you think, oh my gosh, I do not want to do that. Oh, and by the way, let me tell you this. These income streams that I'm talking about, this online business opportunity, does not include stuff in envelopes, doesn't include going online, doing online surveys, like hundreds of surveys to make $5. And it doesn't include trying to track down all your friends and family and your, people you went to high school with to try to get them into an MLM opportunity. Now, I'm not against multi-level marketing. I've been a part of some. I'm not currently doing that right now, but that's not what this is about. These are 3 very legit business models that I use to create about 16 different streams of income for my wife and I. So the first one, back to the first one, selling physical products. I promise you, guys, there are people in my community that do this with $0, zero experience whatsoever. We have all the training and tools to walk you through it. So a lot of times people ask me, what do I sell? Where do I sell it? How do I do it? Okay, so let's tackle some of these. The first, where to sell items. Of course, you've probably all heard of eBay. You've heard of Craigslist. There's free Facebook Marketplace. There's a new site called Mercari for used type of items. There's a site called Rakuten. I think they have a whole new commercial that's really funny, getting people to try to even say the name. But guys, the granddaddy of it is Amazon. And Amazon is where all the people shop. You probably all shop there. You probably are all Prime buyers. You see all these warehouses popping up all over the place, especially here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They're building them like crazy. But did you know that you could sell products on Amazon? Amazon allows third-party sellers, people like us that can make an extra few bucks or extra lots of bucks on just by selling on their site. And it's not just books. It's literally anything. They want to have the world's largest catalog of items. And you can be a part of it. Now, Amazon themselves sells things. But did you know that when you're buying on Amazon, that a lot of times you're supporting a small business like mine? And so it's super cool that they even allow that opportunity. But the neat thing about Amazon that was the game changer for us, and was the game changer back when Jim told us about it, was that their program called FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. Now, I'm sure you guys are all aware of how eBay works. You list something on eBay, a customer, wherever they are in the world, buys it, you have to ship it to that customer. That's great. That was awesome. It was a great opportunity to have an international business. Downside of that is you have to store the inventory somewhere. You have to have a warehouse. It has to be in your garage. Maybe it's taken over your house, and your whole house is turned into a warehouse, and your husband or wife are mad at you because of that. And so Amazon changed this completely, and they allow you to send all the items to them in their warehouses. They store it, and and it's listed on their platform. When a customer goes and buys that inventory, they will ship it to the customer, and you get paid. That's as simple as that. And you get to leverage their massive audience. And so instead of like creating a website and hoping people find you, with Amazon, you literally list it and have the potential of millions of eyeballs seeing your product for sale. It's just a great, awesome opportunity. So that's why we talk about Amazon so much, is because that's where everybody is, and that's where the opportunity is currently. Now, what to sell? Guys, I could stop here and just say anything. Literally, you could sell anything, but I know that doesn't help you. Let me talk about some people that in my community and what they do, what they sell. So, for example, my friend Tasha sells groceries, literally just regular grocery items. Okay, I have a buddy Ken in South Carolina. He's a pastor. He sells shoes, and he also sells something that might make you guys laugh. He sells bras. He calls himself the bra selling preacher. And so he'll go into a Kohl's or a Target or a Walmart, and he finds bras that he can flip on Amazon. And of course, he goes to Nike and Adidas and all these other places and gets shoes that he can flip. Okay, so you could sell Oreo cookies. You could sell hammers. It could be office supplies. And what's really cool about this is you don't have to even focus on one thing. So you don't have to be Ken, for example, and focus only on shoes. You could have, literally could sell groceries and hammers and office supplies and pens and books and computers, anything, guys. That's why I don't say that lightly. But typically folks who do this start to find a niche that they fall into, and they get more comfortable with something. They learn it and they kind of focus there. But starting out, you can literally sell anything and start anywhere. Where to find it? So this is a big one. Inventory possibilities are all around us. They are everywhere. You literally can find inventory anywhere. Garage sales, estate sales. I have a friend named Jeff Clark up in Indiana, and probably get him on as a guest because he is killing it with old vinyl records. He's still like just the old records that we had back in the 60s and 70s. He sells those. He has become the master of that. He's learned what to look for. He knows how to price them. He sells old telephones. I saw the other day somebody bought an old rotary phone from him that he found at an estate sale. VCRs, for real. He sells old VCRs to people. He finds them at estate sales and garage sales. The other day he had a VCR that with the remote control was missing. And so he found the remote control on eBay, added it to the package, and sold it for a whole lot more because now it had the remote control with it. Old TVs. He sold old TVs, books. So he's made a living. He's a single dad. He makes a living going to garage sales and estate sales, flipping old items like that. You could go to thrift stores. There's so many opportunities at your local thrift store. Books, clothes, board games that are new in the package. Retail stores. Believe it or not, you can walk into a Walmart and find opportunities. I have a student of mine named Jimmy Smith. We will definitely have Jimmy on. He is somebody who, he and his wife are bringing in, and guys, I hesitate to tell you the number because I don't want it to sound so large. There are folks in my community that are just making a few $100 extra and are happy with that. And we have folks like Jimmy and Brittany that are selling on Amazon over $100,000 per month on items that they can find at a regular retail store. I believe the last time I talked to them about this, that their Walmart supplies about 40% of their inventory. And these guys, this is not clearance items. These are items that are on the regular retail shelves that you can find. Anybody could find these items. And so I will definitely have Jimmy on because he is killing it, and I'm super proud of what he and Brittany have done. I have a friend named Shara who sells on Facebook Marketplace. Now, this is not an Amazon opportunity, but she goes to like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, finds items and flips it on Facebook Marketplace, Porch Pickup. It's all cash. So I think she's doing $100,000 per year doing that. As we're going to go more in deep into the next segment, this is the good stuff. This is where the actionable items. I want you just to start thinking through how this could fit with your life. Which of these opportunities feel like they could be a fit for you? You could literally start anywhere and just jump in. So, guys, remember, see you in the next segment, but streamsofincome.com, get the book for free.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. Dennis Prager can see where the hate lies.
There are candidates for President of the United States who call the President of the United States a white supremacist, and nobody is shocked. And they say we're the haters. Can you get more hateful than that? If you're not a white supremacist, to be called one?
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at noon, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. I've got great news. Mortgage interest rates have dropped. So if you're thinking about buying a home, right now is the time to lock that low rate, even before you find the home of your dreams. With our exclusive Rate Shield approval, the low rate you lock today is protected for up to 90 days while you shop for your new home. With a Rate Shield approval, if rates go up, your low rate stays locked. But if rates go down, you get that new, even lower rate. Either way, you win. Talk to us today at 800 Quicken or go to rocketmortgage.com to take advantage. Here's another great reason to work with us. For a record 9 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Again, to lock in today's low mortgage interest rate and get the security of our exclusive Rate Shield approval, call us today at 800 Quicken or go to rocketmortgage.com.
For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com. Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year fixed-rate loans. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
It's a problem no one wants to discuss. I'm talking about those yellow, thick, brittle, terrifying toenails. Introduce your toes to Dr. Paul's Piggy Paste. Piggy Paste is a complete antifungal treatment in a tube. This revolutionary repair ointment works to kill nail and cuticle fungus at the base of the toenail, simultaneously softening discolored piggies, all without the use of harsh chemicals. It'll leave your toes bright and shiny in no time. Karen of Selma NC writes,
"Thank you. I went to my doctor to have both my toenails removed after having appearance problems for several years. He recommended trying Piggy Paste first. After using it for only 1 month, I can see a drastic improvement. Believe me, this stuff works."
And best of all, Piggy Paste comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. Go to piggypaste.com and use the code STREAMSOFINCOME50 to get 50% off a tube of Piggy Paste for only $12.49. One tube will last a whole 3 months. Again, that's piggypaste.com and code STREAMSOFINCOME50.
Somebody else.
I've been thinking lately, life is good. My husband has a great job, and so do I. The kids are on track for college. I love our house.
Yeah, I did not
want
to.
What if something happens to one of us? The kids' college tuition would go away. The house would go away. Everything we've worked for just goes away. How would we pick up the pieces? We don't have life insurance. Can we even afford it? We can't just go on ignoring it.
Protect your family's future with help from Ethos Life Insurance. Ethos is life insurance built with you in mind. Straightforward, super fast, and affordable. The online application takes just minutes. There are no commissioned agents, and you'll get an instant estimate based on options that are right for you and your family. Ethos is the hassle-free way to get covered. It only takes a few minutes, so don't put it off. Ethos is dedicated to finding you the right coverage fast.
Thank goodness we did something about it. Who knows what happens tomorrow? Now I know we're covered, and I'm so relieved.
Go to ethoslife.com for a free instant estimate now. That's ethoslife.com. ethoslife.com. Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings, 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Welcome back to the Streams of Income Show. I'm Ryan Rieger. And remember, you guys can get my book, streamsofincome.com. So in the last segment, we were talking about where to find stuff to sell, where to sell it. Telling you about my friend Jeff Clark, my friend Shara sells on Facebook Marketplace. Guys, there is opportunity everywhere. Let's say that you live outside of the country even, or you don't want to go from store to store. This is where, as I just present all the different opportunities, think about where you might fit into this. And think about even if you fit into this selling model at all. This is just the lowest hanging fruit. This is the easiest place for people to start. When people come to me and they ask, how can I get started with an online business? I usually point them to this direction. Because with selling physical products, it is something you can start with $0, literally $0, and no experience whatsoever. We can teach you exactly how to do that. And so we've had hundreds of students, thousands of students that have done it this way. So when you're going into stores, we call that retail arbitrage. You're buying it at a store, buying it at a thrift store, and you're flipping it back on Amazon for a higher price. You're buying it low, selling it high. You can also do what we call online arbitrage. So let's say that you can't go from store to store, or don't want to, or you just don't have as much time. I have students that shop all online. They will go to Walmart.com, Target.com, any .com site that they can find profitable inventory. They can have it shipped to them, and then they'll prep it and ship it onto Amazon. Amazon has some requirements of how they need to receive the inventory. So somebody needs to they can have it shipped to them, and then they'll prep it and ship it onto Amazon. Amazon has some requirements up all over the country. I have a friend named Danny Stock. Definitely will have him on too. He has a prep center that you could ship items to him in Illinois, and he will receive them. His staff will do all the work necessary to get them ready for Amazon and ship it off to Amazon according to their requirements. And so this means you never even have to touch your inventory. In fact, I have students that have virtual assistants, people who are finding inventory for them and having it shipped to Danny, and they're kind of have removed themselves from the process. They have this online business that is running. They have to check it from time to time, but they have virtual assistants, we call them VAs, that handle the majority of it. So think about whether you want to do the work, like my friend Jeff, who enjoys garage sales. If you hate garage sales, well, don't do it. If you love shopping, great. This is an opportunity for you to go shopping and make some money. If you walk into a store and you just start to, you have an anxiety attack right when you walk in, don't do that business model. You can totally do this from behind your computer and do it anywhere in the world. You can be traveling. I have my brother and sister-in-law run an orphanage in Guatemala. I can be in Guatemala and my business runs. I can buy products from Guatemala, have it shipped to Danny in Illinois, and they ship it onto Amazon. And when Amazon sells the product, I get paid. So there are so many different ways to do this. There's not one direction. It's just really what fits you, what fits your time, what time you have involved, what time you have to spend. If you are working 80 hours a week, there's still a plan for you. If you just don't have a lot of money, don't feel like you have money to invest in inventory, there's a way you can move forward. So let's talk about that. Let's say you're hearing me right now and you're interested, but you literally have almost nothing that you could invest. Guys, a lot of it is business opportunities. They'd say, well, no, you're just going to have to move on. We need $25,000 for you to start this franchise, or you need to pay me $5,000 to tell you how to do this. No. This is all stuff that's free. You can, in fact, look up YouTube videos on how to sell on Amazon and get a great education. Now, I have courses and stuff. Certainly, you're welcome to look at that if you want, but a lot of this is totally free information. And use this radio show. Just listen to what I'm going to be talking about. Listen to the guests that I'm going to have on. You're going to have some amazing, actionable content that you can take and the right next day start making money. So if you have no money whatsoever, no experience, what would you do? Well, do you have a junk room? Do you have a junk drawer? Do you have stuff in your attic that or in your garage that could be sold? I guarantee every single one of you has money sitting at your house that you're not doing anything with. You could list that on eBay, list that on Amazon. I have a lot of folks that students who, to raise money for more inventory, will sell off old things on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. Anything you got to do to get a little bit of money that you can invest in more inventory. The name of the game is you have to find inventory to sell. And in order to do that, you got to have a little bit of money. So, but you can start with nothing. Another option, consignment. So we all have that junk drawer, that junk room. We have stuff in our garage, up in our attic that we're not using. I bet your neighbor does too. I bet your friends do too. I bet people at church do. Ask around. So, guys, just by listening to this show, you already are way more knowledgeable than most folks on how to sell on Amazon or how to sell online. Leverage that. Ask your friends. Ask your neighbors. Say, hey, do you have anything that could be sold? We'll split the profits. You take the inventory. That doesn't cost you anything. The only thing this is going to cost you is a little bit of time and effort getting it listed, getting it sent off, or listed on whatever site you choose. And then you split the profits with them. That's a great way to find some money that you didn't have before. Garage sales and thrift stores. Incredible. You can get incredible deals there. So many students of mine find things for $2 and $3, sell them for $20 and $30. Jeff Clark, for example, he posts all the big wins, where he buys something for $5 and sells it for $100. Now, that's not something he does every day, but I know he has a lot of little wins. We call them base hits, where he'll buy something for a couple bucks and sell it for $10 or $20. That's an amazing return on your money. So thrift stores, garage sales, consignment, selling items from around your home. Easy place to get started. I talk about it in streamsofincome.com, on my book, Streams of Income. You can get it for free at streamsofincome.com. So guys, that's the overview of the selling model. And that's the place usually I point people to get started. The next one, and be thinking as I'm walking through this is the E model. So we have this S is selling physical products. The E is expanding your audience or becoming an expert in a niche. And C is coaching and consulting. So let's tackle the E. So this is fun for me because I love teaching others. This is where I have taken the knowledge that I have of Amazon, of selling products online, and taught other people how to do the very same thing. This is the one that I get super excited about because I get to see the success stories. I get emails every week from people who are just telling me their successes. I see it in my Facebook groups. People posting their sales saying because of the information in this group, I have, my wife and I are now at $5,000 in sales, or we sold our first item, or like Jimmy and Brittany Smith, $100,000 a month selling items that they can find at a retail store. It blows my mind, but the opportunities are there. And this is, for me, the one I want you guys to think about. Do you have any interests, or what are your interests? What are your hobbies? Because all of these, as I'm talking through this, think about how these could be turned into a business. People will pay you for this knowledge, just like they've paid me to teach them how to sell on Amazon. People will pay you for your interests, hobbies, teaching them how to do something. Guys, what are you passionate about? What's that topic? And be thinking as I'm talking. That's why I'm going a little bit slow. I want you to think through this. What do you have knowledge about? Do you have a skill? What can you talk about for hours? What do people come up to you and talk to you about? What is it when you're at a party or something, you talk about it, it just flows because you love this topic? What is that? Think about Dave Ramsey. He's a perfect example of this. So, of how to wrap your mind around this business model. He has a message of getting out of debt and having, getting your finances in order. So he started with a radio program, and now it's a whole financial peace university that is in churches all over the world. And he has a huge staff, and folks pay him for that knowledge. I have a friend named Nancy Alexander. I love this story. She's in South Carolina. She started selling wreaths on eBay that she was making one by one. And of course, you can't really scale that business because even though she was making really good money with wreaths, she could not, could only do what she could do. You can only make them one at a time. So she actually had a conversation with my friend, my mentor, Jim Cockrum, who you're going to see or hear from in this next episode. He told her that you should basically tell people how you do it. Show people how you create these wreaths. And so if her first response was, I'm creating my competition. Folks are just going to go on eBay and do the same thing I'm doing. But guys, you know what happened? It exploded her business because now she's the wreath making guru. She has a whole site called Ladybug Wreaths that I think she has 60,000 people in her Facebook group, and she has a membership program where they're mostly ladies, but mostly ladies that pay her to be in this group where she talks about how she makes wreaths, where she gets the ribbon, she sells the ribbon. So think about this, that her business model of where she knows how to make really pretty wreaths turned into essentially a course, a membership program, selling physical products. People now pay her for her actual supplies. She has wreaths of making supplies, whatever those might be, ribbons, and I don't even know what else, but she sells that stuff because she has that audience. And the thing, when she told me one time, actually I'll probably wait to get to this in the next segment, she's turned it into coaching. She has people that pay her to come to her house, and she has puts on a whole wreath making workshop at her house in South Carolina. And it's amazing how much she can command for that whole weekend. And guys, every single one of you can do the same thing where you have a business model, you have something that you are passionate about, and you can turn it into a business. So I'm eager to talk to you about that in the next segment. Guys, don't forget, go to streamsofincome.com. We'll be right back.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The End.
If you're looking for true peace, if you're longing for real joy, you're not alone.
Segment number 3, one more.
Held down by the pressures of this world. Every
maybe,
weekend in August, Life Church Keller will help you overcome the stress, fear, and anxiety in your life. Let's take a closer look together at what
So all
God's
of
Word
you guys
has
that are
to
watching,
say in a new
the
message
challenge
series,
for me is like, a lot of you are probably
visit
life.church because you're, selling on Amazon or you came from another group.
At Life Church
but trying to make it so that the general public can understand.
Can you imagine having the freedom and the finances to take a trip with your family whenever you want to? Not having to fight traffic or go to a job you don't even like, not stressing when you have an unexpected bill, being able to give more to your church or your favorite charity. Multiple streams of income might sound nice, but is it actually possible? Yes. In his new book, Streams of Income, Ryan Rieger unpacks the 3 main online business models and shows how they can be the vehicle for you to live your dreams. This is not some MLM or sketchy business opportunity. Rather, they are real, legit business models that are proven.
Hi, I'm Ryan Rieger, and I have used these strategies to create 16 different streams of income. And guys, I want to give you this book for free. If you've been wanting to quit your job or learn a new side hustle to supplement your income, go to streamsofincome.com. All you have to cover is shipping and handling. Again, that's streamsofincome.com. I know it's still very hot here in Texas, but fall and winter are coming. Have you ever been to an outdoor event in the winter or been camping or just would like to enjoy the outdoors but it's too cold? Have you ever wished someone would invent a battery-powered heating blanket? Well, your wish has come true. My friend Paul has done just that. Meet the Cozy, the world's very first battery-powered cordless heating blanket. Cozy's battery provides over 5 hours of continuous heat on those cold days. Plus, it has 2 USB ports to charge your cell phone, and its weather-resistant shell is resistant to wind and rain. Cozy is just about to launch, and my listeners are the first to hear of it. Go to streamsofincomeradio.com/cozy, COZEE, to be notified when it's available to purchase and for more info. Again, that's streamsofincomeradio.com/cozy, COZEE.
Something you need to know about Pete and Seth Talbot, the father-son owners. They're on a mission to help as many people as possible to get out of pain. They've been a consistent sponsor of this show.
10 states.
In radio, sponsors come and go. They may even stay for a year or so. And then they're gone. Not so with Relief Factor. Pete and Seth are consistent year after year. Why? Because tens of thousands of people are now taking Relief Factor every day for their back and neck pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, knee pain, etc. And now they're in less or no pain at all.
That should run another time, too. I gave them 4 ads, and they're supposed to run them twice.
3-week quick start is just $19.95. In 3 weeks, you'll know if it works. How's that? Is that a great thing or what? Cancel if it doesn't work. Otherwise, it's the best $19.95 you will have spent. That's the quick start. ReliefFactor.com.
Hi, I'm Ray Huffines. Listen to what this customer has to say about family-owned and family-run Huffines.
The reason I love Huffines is they treat us with respect, the integrity is there, and they give us what we want.
And as we continue to celebrate 95 years of family and Texas values at both locations of Huffines Chevrolet in Plano and Louisville, save big on our Texas-sized selection during our Chevy All-Star Open House Sales event. From Silverados to Tahoes, from Cruises to Equinoxes, and all the other great Huffines Chevy values, Huffines will save you big. Plus, buy with confidence, knowing Huffines is the Consumer's Choice Auto Group of the Year for the 11th consecutive year and one of the top 100 places to work by the Dallas Morning News. So find new roads to Huffines Chevrolet in Plano and Louisville, or online at HuffinesChevyPlano.com or HuffinesChevyLouisville.com.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AM TheAnswer.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to Streams of Income Radio Show. I'm your host, Ryan Rieger, and don't forget to get my book at streamsofincome.com for free. So in our last segment, we talked about the E-model, expanding your niche, expanding that audience, having an audience of people who will pay you for the knowledge that's in your head. Every single one of you can do this. And I know that for me, it was hard to think about what would people pay me for.
$6.
I really didn't have an idea. I knew, because Jim talks about this in his book as well, Silent Sales Machine, about how he's done this. He's done this very successfully. He has courses and books out there as well. And he's done a great job of teaching people how to sell online, me being one of his students. And so I'm doing the same exact thing that he is now. But I knew that at some point I wanted to get in this arena and do this business model, but I had no idea what in the world do I know that people would pay me for. And guys, I know a lot of you are in the same position. You think that nothing you have is valuable. I guarantee if I sit down with each and every one of you, I'd find something that you could turn into a business. So what I did was, the way it happened for me was I was finding wholesale sources. I found this online source for wholesale companies that you could easily source from. It was made it super, super quick, super easy to create an account. And once you create an account with one company, it allowed you to it opened you up to logins for like all of them. It was like a whole website of sources of different companies within one site. I wrote a book about that. I shared how I found wholesale sources, what I did with them when I had those sources, and I shared the actual sources themselves with the links. That book was called Real Wholesale Sources, and that launched my book writing career, if you would say. I just self-published that book. Jim was gracious enough to help promote it. He has a very large email list. He saw an opportunity to bless his students with that information, so we partnered up. I wrote the book, he sent the email out, and we split the profits. And guys, I make money every single month still from that book I sold in 2013. Now, that's not a big stream of income. I make maybe $50 a month on that. But that's extra money. I did the work once, and I never have to do that again. Now, I'm going to redo a revised version here pretty soon once I get this radio program going and focus on that. But I can continue to update that anytime I want to and re-release it. But I guarantee every single one of you has something that has knowledge that you could essentially turn into a business. My wife and I have a son. His name's Callan. He's 2 years old. Back when about October of 2017, he was having some difficulty sleeping at night, and it would only be, I'd have to rock him. I'd have to sleep in the couch or sleep on the chair with him. That wasn't going so well. I was tired. It was cranky. He'd wake up at, every 30 minutes crying. I'd have to get up and walk around the house to put him back to sleep. Told my wife something's got to change. He's our first, so I didn't really know what to expect. I know some kids are easier than others, but she started doing some research. She found a mentoring program called My Baby Can Sleep. It's $200 for a Facebook group. It was a couple who have like 6 kids they have a system that has worked really well for their kids, and they're charging for folks to be in that group and learn how they do it. That was the absolute best $200 I have ever spent in my entire life. That first night, Callan slept all the way through, and he's never had a problem since sleeping at night. And I would gladly pay for that. That has been awesome. So do you have a skill? Do you have something that people ask you about? What's your passion? What's your hobby? Again, I'm telling you, I guarantee there is something you can take advantage of that people will pay you for. That could be a book. It could be a course. You could turn that into live events. I've had live events regarding how to sell on Amazon, regarding building private label products. I've got membership programs now, all the result of the same type of content. One piece of content, one idea could turn into multiple streams of income. When I say I have 16 streams of income, that's not like 16 completely random different things that don't connect. It's not like I have a construction company and then I sell on Amazon. And then, I buy things at garage sales and flip it on eBay. Now, those could all be different streams of income, and that's great if that's what you're doing. But typically, the way this works is that you'll have one idea, one piece of knowledge, like for me, how to sell items on Amazon or eBay, or how to build an online business, that then morph into various other things. So it's like a tree with branches. The tree for me is the knowledge of selling online, and how to start a business, how to start an online business. And that's turned into all these other streams, like the books, the courses, live events, membership programs, so on and so forth. So think about that, guys. That is the fun one for me. I really, really, really love teaching people how to do this. And I see this radio show as an extension of that, being able to teach and train people how to do what I do. And I hope this just inspires you. So be thinking about that. The last one is the C, and this is coaching and or consulting. And as where the E model is, you're working with a larger number of people typically, like in my 2,300 member Facebook group. The coaching and consulting is something that usually is working a lot more closely. It could be a one-on-one coaching type program. My buddy Dan Miller is a career coach. He wrote the book 48 Days to the Work You Love. I will definitely have him on a show. He's a very, very good mentor of mine. He has career coaching. You can sign up for packages where it's like a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month package where take you through like what is your goal, what are you trying to accomplish, and he'll walk you through that. Even has an intensive time where you can actually go to his house for a weekend and spend the whole weekend with him, and he'll dissect your business for you, help you figure out what like the next steps for you, give you advice. Guys, he's done a great job and he knows what to do. And so imagine spending a whole weekend with somebody like that. I have friends like Giovanna Ellison, who are a business and life coach. Christy Hertzler, who's a mindset coach. You got to have your mindset. You got to have your head screwed on right to have a good business. If you don't think you're going to be successful, you're not going to be. So she helps people with that. My friend Abe Ortolani is a master at private label, teaching people how to build their own brand on Amazon. He's a private label coach. I have a friend named Chris Niemeyer. He's a productivity coach. He helps people create systems and standard operating procedures and goal setting and how to take your business to that next level. So what is it for you? I mean, maybe you, again, it kind of goes back to the same questions that we talked about in the last segment or earlier in this segment about what interest you have. What are you passionate about? Have you learned something? Have you got some experience that people want from you? All of that could be turned into coaching. You could be a fitness coach or a personal trainer, okay? But then there's also consulting. Consultant is usually, now whereas the coaching is somebody who might just walk alongside you. Like, for example, I have friends that are coaches that don't necessarily know the business models or understand all the business models of their clients, but they know how to take a business from point A to point B. A lot of the procedures, a lot of the systems are the same, but they're also just there for support and accountability. And so you could do that where you may not know everything there is to know about all the businesses, but you could still be a business coach helping people set goals, create procedures, be more productive, all of that. But then there's also consultants where you might come alongside a person and actually teach and train them. In that instance, you have the expertise. And so, like, for example, think about what you know. I mean, are there businesses or people that could use the knowledge that you have? And so let's talk about an example here. So when one time we were in Colorado for an event, and I was speaking at this event, and my wife and I went shopping. We walked into the clerk that was working. We had a great conversation about, their store, their shop, how it was going. She said, you know what, we've thought about Amazon. We never really got into it. Guys, there are opportunities like this everywhere. There are so many people that know that they should be selling online. They should be selling on eBay or Amazon, just don't have the bandwidth to do it, don't know how to do it. You can be their hero and come alongside them and actually run it for them. We have a program in our community called the Proven Product Partnering System, where we train people how to find clients that you could say, hey, you're selling this widget, you're doing a great job on your website, or maybe you're a wholesaler, you're doing a great job, but you need to be selling this on Amazon. Let me run this whole platform for you. Let me run your Amazon account for you, and just for a small fee. That opportunity exists everywhere. If you are good at talking to people, you're good at getting business, good at asking questions, you can go to your local farmer's market and find people that need help. They're pitching their products every single week at these farmers markets, and they're not online, or maybe they're struggling, but they don't have the knowledge. You can be that person. They have all the products. You have the knowledge of how to sell it online. That's a perfect partnership, and you will find people all day long that need your help. Are you good at social media? Do you know how to run Instagram? Instagram's the new thing, and people my age sometimes don't have a clue what it is. But there's businesses need to be on Instagram. Find somebody. So say that you don't know how to do it, but you have a teenage daughter or son that loves it. It's on it every day. Well, you could just get the business and have them do the work. You could outsource every single bit of some of these things to freelancers that know how to do the actual work, build websites, all of that. So Guys, I know I could go so deep in some of these business models. Today was just an overview of it. Wanted to give you an overview of the 3 main business models of selling online. And so excited to dig in more with each episode as we go further. Our next show is going to be Jim Cockrum, my friend, my mentor. Be sure to be on that. It's going to be awesome. Guys, thank you so much for listening to my inaugural show. I'm Ryan Rieger, and don't forget you can get my book for free, Streams of Income, at streamsofincome.com.
You've been listening to Streams of Income with self-help author Ryan Rieger. From right here in the Dallas Metroplex, Ryan teaches several entrepreneurial courses and group coaching programs to students all over the world. Be sure to listen next week at the same time for Streams of Income with Ryan Rieger.
660 AM, The Answer.
Grand Canyon University is Arizona's premier private...
Not sure why they didn't run the Proven Amazon course ad, but it's all right.
Will it get run on other shows?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to run 4 times. I'll have to just confirm with them on that because I'm supposed to get 4 ads on every station.
During your session?
Yep. So,
is that during... Oh, sorry.
What's that? 4
times during your session seems aggressive. I wonder if it's 4 times that day.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be during the show, but I will ask my rep. I'm a rookie at this, so we'll figure it out. Not a big deal, but
that was great.
Thanks,
you didn't stumble through or anything. I was like kind of wondering.
Yeah, you didn't. Well, I mean, because it's recorded, if I did stumble really bad, they can always just edit that out, and